Hey, what's up everybody? This is PS3 Gamer 303 and today I will have a review for you today, and this will be of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I didn't do an unboxing, so I'll just do a real quick one for you. Back, front, and the inside. Manual is 40 pages long, so it's pretty good size manual. Here's the box art inside. Alright, and there you have it. That's the little quick unboxing of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So now let's get into the review. Alright guys, so this is, like I said, the review of Uncharted Drake's Fortune, and right now this is actual gameplay, and you are seeing gameplay of the 5th chapter. There's a total of 22 chapters, and this is the 5th chapter. It's called The Fortress. Alright, so let's just get right into it. I'll start off with the story. So you are Nathan Drake, a treasure hunter and supposedly the heir to Sir Francis Drake, another famous treasure hunter. So what Sir Francis did is fake his death to protect a very massive piece of treasure. It's your job to find it because he is obviously dead now. So he fakes his death and puts his coffin in the ocean, and everyone thinks that it's him. At the beginning of the game, you see Nathan underwater and retrieving that coffin, and he finds a diary inside it of Francis Drake, and the diary has clues to where the treasure is and a map. So that is pretty much the story, with a couple of other friends and foes characters along the way. Now I'll get into the gameplay. The gameplay is very good. There's only one thing that I don't really like about it, is the length of the story mode. There's no online, and there's not many rewards. There are actually a lot of rewards, but not so much that you're going to want to, you're not going to want to be determined to get them so much. The first time I played the game, it took me about 7.5 hours to beat. That's not very long, but it's such a great story, and with such great characters, and with such great cutscenes and voice acting, you're gonna want to play this again, because it's just it's so great of a story. You're gonna want to play it again. I've beaten it twice. It's a great game. So I'll touch a little bit more on the gameplay. Is that you have to use a duck and cover system. I'm just talking about when you're in gunplay here. You have to use a duck and cover system, or else you will just not succeed at all. It's impossible to. You have to use a duck and cover, pop out, shoot, retreat, reload, and do it all over again, which is very realistic in my opinion. If I had to sum this gameplay up with other games or movies, because this is a lot like a movie, you feel like you're in an action movie, it would have to be Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, National Treasure, and Gears of War. Those 2 games and 2 movies sum up this game very, very well. This game doesn't really do anything new. The only thing it innovates is that it feels like the first game to feel like an action movie. Maybe besides Metal Gear Solid 4, or any of the Metal Gear Solids. But, yeah, like I said, it really feels like a movie. That's like the really only thing that it innovates from, unless, well, really, other than that, it borrows everything from the great games and great movies to make a very, very good movie type of action, adventure, shooter game. The gameplay is also very diverse. You'll find yourself behind the turret of a Jeep, behind the handles of a Ski-Doo, with a rocket launcher. That's very fun. So yeah, that just about sums up the gameplay. Next thing I want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics are very good for when this was made. They're still very good, I believe, just not as good because some other great graphic games have come out. I believe this was made in November of '07, so a pretty long time ago, and I still think these graphics are one of the best on the PS3. And that's saying something for a game that was made like a year and a half ago. So that's really good for this game. Really broke a new level graphically. When this game came out, I believe it was the best looking game ever. There's minimal texture pop-ins, there's minimal screen tearing, and everything like that. There's not much to say. Just if you want a good graphically good game, then definitely pick this one up. If you need some diverse gameplay, this is a platformer, a shooter, just a great all-around game. It covers on a lot of different things. It's really fun. It's a great game. The next thing I want to touch on is the sound and music. One of the tunes here, if you ever play this game and beat it, the very last song that plays is just amazing. It fits the game perfectly, and when you turn on the game, that song is just perfect. I love it. It's just a great sound game. Like in movies, they have to have great music and sound. So this tried to follow in a movie's footsteps, and it did it perfectly. Okay, the next thing I want to touch on is, like I said before, it's a shooter, it's a platformer, it's also an adventure puzzler. You'll be faced with a bunch of different puzzles that you'll have to fix. They're not too hard, but if you're not thinking outside of the box a little bit, then they could give you a little bit of some trouble. Not too much that you're not going to want to play the game, because this is a great game. You'll love it. You'll just love the game, and yeah, like I said, the clues aren't that hard, and you'll get them eventually if you don't get them right away. To figure out the puzzles, you use clues from Sir Francis Drake's diary that I told you Nathan Drake found before. With the sequel coming out soon, this is simply a must-buy. You have to get this game if you own a PS3. It's one of the best looking gameplay-wise and graphic-wise on the PS3 so far, because it is an exclusive. So it's just a great game. I definitely advise you to get this, because right now, if you don't already have it, because you want to beat it and get to know the story as best as you can before the second one comes out. Because it is just a great game, and I believe they'll come out with an Uncharted 3 someday, and I think it's going to be a great series. Maybe not as good as the Metal Gear series, but it's going to be a good one. So trust me on this, buy this game if you don't already have it and you have a PS3. They used to sell this in bundles. That's how good it was. So yeah, just make sure you pick this one up. I believe right now it's $40 only, and for that price, even though it's an old game, just pick it up anyway. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. So once again, this has been a review of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. This is PS3 Gamer 303, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. So thanks for watching.